On, guys? Welcome back to the Leave It to the Judges MMA show. Guys, today we are going to be covering UFC Noche, and we're going to preview a little bit of Canelo versus Crawford. Guys, let's start with Noche. We are going to San Antonio for this one, and the card is not as good as previous Noches,
At
but
all. At
not at
all.
all. Not at all. But the main event is for sure going to deliver an absolute heater, fight of the year contender. Got Diego Lopez coming off a title loss to Volk, taking on the fighting nerd himself, Gene Silva.
Gene Simmons.
Fighting nerd, fighting nerd's on a bit of a slide right now, but I feel like Gene Silva people are most confident in him. At least this on the channel we are. I think we all ranked him the number one fighting nerd, but
Yes. Yes.
how do you guys see this fight going, man? This is going to be an all-out war. I wouldn't be surprised if it went out five, but I could totally see a finish. What do you guys think?
Shit. I I mean, Lopez seems very durable and he's big in there, right? But like, have we even seen Silva over 5 rounds? No, right? Like, and my thing is like his cardio has never really like in these 3 rounders taken that big of a hit. Like, for as crazy as he's like as he is in there, he's always a showman in there. Always throwing crazy shit like random spinning wheel kicks and like just going for like style points a lot of the time, goofing around, talking to the commentators, waving at the crowd, fucking around with his corner. So it's like a lot of things that like waste energy in there, and he seems to like do that with pretty good confidence in his one finishing ability, but also his cardio. I haven't really seen him slow down in there necessarily. Um, like not any kind of significant drop off at least. Whereas Lopez, I will say he is very much most dangerous right in round one. I kind of see a maybe a competitive round one. I think that Silva's a lot more technical, but I mean, ideally, if he cares about his life, he'll be going a little careful early, just like watching out for the hooks of Lopez. And I think that after round one, I think that the fight will very clearly start to swing in Silva's direction. I can see him picking up momentum and maybe even getting a finish by the end of it, to be honest. Maybe like round four, round five, like late finish. Um, or like a pretty dominant and clear decision.
I agree. My boy Lopez is gonna come in there and put on a show for Silva. I don't know why I said Lopez, but
I mean, Lopez hopefully is gonna put on a show too, but I mean,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
in a losing effort type shit. I don't think he's gonna be a hoe in there, but it would
I,
be bad for him.
yeah, I had a weird moment there. Gene Silva, let's go. I think the first round's gonna be a nice war. I think it'll be back and forth at first. But I think as the fight picks up along, I think Gene Silva is the more technical guy. And I think it will be similar to like Volk versus Lopez, unless he's gotten a lot better, but not versus man Gene Silva. This man is special. Let me tell you, every fight I've seen him in, he's emoting on guys. He's looking like Wing C in there, like just dancing on guys before knocking them out. I'm just seeing no weaknesses out there, and he definitely can crack. I honestly just don't see this going to decision. I think it's going to be a war until it's not. And I think Silva just has more tools to like beat Lopez. Lopez striking a little one dimensional. I feel like he doesn't have enough to beat a guy like Lopez on the feet. He's going to have to wrestle, but I have not seen him offensively wrestle a lot. Great off his back, but I don't think he could get Silva down. So I'm going with Silva in this. I will say Lopez does have the height and reach advantage for sure, which could, maybe Silva struggles a little bit at first finding the range, but I think as the fight picks up, Gene Silva's gonna style out there. I gotta be honest. Maybe Lopez is tough enough to take these punches, but I feel like he just has some Elia power in him, honestly, is how I feel about him.
I think that I think that Lopez doesn't really fight in a way that like maximizes his size and reach. Because I think he, like you said, is striking one dimensional and like his power hooks in kind of close are his best attribute, I would say. Like that's where he's like most powerful, most explosive. And I think that that just doesn't really, it's not like he's a fighter that fights behind the jab very much or like, you know, throws a lot of straight shots. He throws a lot of looping shit. So it's like it doesn't really help him too much to have the reach advantage.
Yeah, when this fight first got announced, I was super confident Silva was going to win, especially coming off the Volk performance for Lopez. He looked okay in there. It was his first championship fight, but he just got tagged up and outclassed. I'm still picking Silva, but like it's getting closer and closer for me. We kind of mentioned it. Lopez definitely has more experience in terms of like he's had much harder opponents than Silva has had, and Silva, this is definitely his hardest opponent. But styles make fights, and I think it's gonna be very similar to the Volk fight, but a little closer. I have Silva winning a 49-48 decision. I think he's just gonna outclass Lopez. Lopez will have his moments, but until further notice, Silva's just too good.
I think that you guys are both kind of thinking it's gonna look a lot like the Volk fight. I think that it'll look a lot more like exciting than that. I think that Silva and the way he fights does give Lopez a little more opportunities. I think that this version of Volk was very much trying to like he knows that his chin is not what it was, and he
Yeah.
kind of fought like it. And I do hope that Silva at least like realizes that this is a big step up in comp and like fights a little more careful. But the way he tends to fight, it's a lot of like trusting his reflexes, getting in there, mixing it up, and like I just think he fights with a lot more like violence to him than like this current version of Volk. Um, throwing with a lot more like heavy shots and like taking a lot more risks. So I think that it won't exactly like I don't really agree that it'll look like the Volk fight. I just think that like I've never seen Silva just be very like over technical. Like he is technical. He clearly has the abilities, but he hasn't to this point at least fought like that in the UFC. So and plus like the Noche crowd gonna be going crazy. This car kind of a shitter, let's be honest.
Yeah.
So it's like I think that they will feel pressure a little bit to like really deliver in this main event, and I don't really see Silva playing it safe. Which is the only chance I give Lopez is like I don't think that Lopez has the ability to outwork him to a decision. I think that catching him and maybe finishing him, maybe with a club and sub or whatever. Clearly these fighting nerds grappling is suspect. At least Rufy's was completely. And while I do trust that Silva does have better grappling, I mean, we haven't seen it too much. So maybe a club and sub, I could see maybe for Lopez as his only path, but I don't think that there's any way that he can like with his technical disadvantage, like outstrike Silva to a 5 round decision.
No, for sure. And what's that score for the winner in this fight?
Wait, real quick. Do you guys see the fucking odds, dude? Silva is a +1. He's basically a +200, bro.
You
Hmm.
you mean Lopez?
No, no. Silva is
Oh, whoa,
200.
whoa. Wait, what?
I don't think that's
I don't.
correct.
That can't be right.
Silva,
I know. I'm looking at the UFC website too. I
Look
don't.
at the
That
UFC
can't be right.
website. Maybe this is what it opened at and it flipped completely.
ESPN has Silva minus 235.
Yeah, I think it's flipped.
Okay, that means that it just flipped like over time. But yeah, the UFC was tweaking when they made this, bro. Because I was about to hammer that. I was about to put my house on this line. Like,
I
fuck.
think it should be a little closer than that. The odds,
Yeah,
but
I think that it's a little disrespectful to Lopez, but I think it's way more just like belief in Silva. I do see him as the uncrowned and eventual champ of this division. Much like Thanos, he is inevitable, bro. He is gonna go crazy. Like
We'll see, we'll see. But
Like you know, just
I
like
do.
Biden versus Pantoja, we just know, Ed. We know,
He's coming, bro. He,
uh,
and he's coming.
hey, the Miracle might have something to say about that. Might, but that's for another day.
the miracle. What is that, Murphy?
Yeah,
Fuck off. Get out of here. I
just,
hope that you don't believe that.
just saying, bro. We'll see.
And man, let's bet on it when that shit happens, bro.
Oh, we can. But what's in store for the winner of this fight? Lopez, it's kind of murky if he wins, but Silva, it's pretty obvious he gets a title shot next, right? From the Volk Murphy winner,
100%.
Yeah,
uh,
definitely.
for sure. And yeah, it should be an absolute banger. Fight of the year, contender written all over it. As for
I
the rest
I
of the
think I think Lopez only gets a title shot if Murphy wins. If he wins, then Murphy wins. If Volk wins, I don't think that they throw him back in there, to be honest.
also, isn't it kind of crazy? We just mentioned Murphy, then we mentioned Silva. Where's Evil man? Where's Evil in all this, bro?
He's on vacation.
Crazy, man.
Evil
But
gonna have to fucking fight fucking Diego Lopez. I mean, yeah, Evil gonna have to fight Diego Lopez for a title shot if Lopez
again,
wins.
yeah,
But Silva,
he's
but Silva's just gonna get fast tracked if he wins to the title shot immediately.
yeah, for sure. So do you guys obviously don't believe in this whole the fighting nerds like there's kinks in their armor. It's just tough losses, right?
No. I definitely believe in it
Oh,
because
okay.
what I just seen, bro, they both look like shit in there. Like it wasn't even like redeemable losses to me. You know what I mean? I do think that like particularly for Ohio, I think that Nasruddin is just like a good striker. I thought that the game plan, this is more my problem. I thought that the game plans were bad, like especially in the Ohio fight. And that kind of like, I don't know if they all have the same coaches or what. I think I would assume they do, right? Like, or I don't know if they have like, different little coaches that like really hone in on their guy or whatever. I don't know how they're operating shit really, but like, I will say it was very apparent to me that like Ohio was kind of outclassed in the striking early, but he had a physicality advantage, and every time he put Nasruddin against the cage, he could not get off. But instead of like implementing a game plan, or like even after 2 rounds of like you're down 2 rounds, where was the corner advice to tell him like you need to change the game plan? You know what I mean? You're winning in this one area of the fight, but you're not really making it happen. And Nasruddin was backing up a lot of it, so it's like he was like he had his back to the cage enough where like you could just bump rush him and hold him against the cage and like finesse some rounds, get some momentum, maybe sap his energy, maybe like in the clinch drag him down because your takedowns were shit. So it's like I don't know. It was more of like my doubt is more coming from the fact that the game plan was very questionable to me, rather than like the fact that they just lost. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then Roofy looked like dog shit against BSD, who I do not rate very highly. I'm sorry, Clark. Granted, like he is a good, he did seem like he had improved cardio in this fight, but that was because Roofy, where was the output, bro? He wasn't really putting anything out there, um, for BSD to deal with. And then yeah, bro, he got like submitted in a very uninspiring way. So like I will say, like I don't think that like that's gonna affect Silva necessarily, but I will say I do believe that like there are some chinks in the armor. Like the fighting nerds no longer to me have that like air of invincibility on them outside of Silva, to be honest, because they've all lost now.
I mean, I feel you, but what's their gym's record? Like 31-3 or something as they've joined the UFC. There's many chinks in the armor, very many. To me, Rufy, I think he's still, even though he's 29, I think he's still early in his career. This is only his 14th fight. Ohio, I agree. I think it was just a tactics problem, really. I think he could have won the fight if, like I suggested, just wrestle him more and you win. So I don't know. I feel like Gene Silva though to me just seems different.
Yes, absolutely.
I can just kind of like tell he had the most potential out of the bunch. And also, don't sleep on Brates. He's about to be in the top five after he unfortunately knocks out Leon in a UFC.
Decapitates him.
Yeah,
He'll
we'll
be
see.
in the
We'll
top five
see.
as well. So, they still got some players, and then Olajejek's brother coming
Sure,
in,
he's in the new nerd.
He
and
has he has the potential to be a real fighting nerd to me because fuck that he's not Brazilian, but like the fact that he's like starting to train with them so young, I think that coupled with like his natural power and shit, I think that he also I think has a speed advantage on his brother. So I think that like he's pretty promising to be honest. Like he could be something to look out for if they can if they have good coaching over there. Because now I'm really questioning it. Maybe they just had a bunch of talented fighters in that bitch. Because and they were coasting on talent. I have to see. I have to see, bro. I have to see. Like I'm putting a very critical eye on game plans off them from now on. Because if we're honest, there was a lot of people that they just kind of ran through and they are not really responding to like this adversity crazily, to be honest. So I need to like they're under my watchful eye. You feel me? Like I'm not giving up on them. I still believe in them overall, but like they're on the corner is under a watchful eye. Like I'm really paying attention between rounds from now on.
I
Okay.
just don't know. I mean, I'm not surprised they both lost though.
Rufy was more surprising for me, like the way he lost to Ohio. Like I picked Imanov. Like, oh, Rufy was tough, man.
Bro, we have not seen Rufy get tested in the wrestling whatsoever in
I'm
his.
saying he was shit, and he was shit down there.
That's what I mean. Like he wasn't tested, and he's going up against BSD, which
I'm saying, is
like
that not like blame the camp? Like, who do you blame for like a fighter being like very unprepared? Like,
oh, I definitely blame the cam, but like
and my thing is this: BSD is not Islam. He's not Khabib, bro. He's like he has suspect cardio. Like, and my thing is like there was no output to even make him get tired. He was just doing what he wanted in there, and Rufy was just standing there for the most part, throwing fucking random fucking cartoon ass uppercuts that were missing by a fucking mile. Like, trying to be on some style point shit, and it's like, bro, win the fucking fight, bro. Win the fight.
eh,
All right. Let's talk about. I know we were kind of shitting on the card, but hey, let's look at the rest of this Noche card. I feel like they usually stack these like crazy because of the whole Hispanic heritage thing. It's a big fun event. They are competing with Spence Crawford. Maybe that's why they did this, but
oh, Dana motives. Okay, I
But
that's
I
true.
mean,
They're on
yeah,
the same side now.
I'm
Yeah.
saying Dana is in on this fight, so like, you know.
But we don't have to go in order. What else stands out on this card? I guess I could start. Hernandez versus Ferreira, two guys, or Hernandez super short notice for him. Ferreira was supposed to fight or King Green, and Hernandez is a slight favorite here. Well, what do you guys think about that one? I think that's a super interesting fight.
I
I
mean,
like it.
Hernandez did look really good against Hooper. And that fight really wasn't that long ago, so I would expect that he's still in pretty decent shape. Um, so yeah, I kind of would probably favor Hernandez here slightly, but I mean, this is an interesting ass fight for sure.
Yeah, I love this fight. I think it could go either way. Like I think, but I would lean Fajea, I think,
Yeah, I
because
agree.
I kind of rate Bobby Green a little more than Hernandez still. It was an impressive win, no doubt, but I still question the cardio. If Hernandez gets out of a first round, who knows what happens out there? Like, I mean, we do know he's kind of Marlon Moraes, gas out merchant type. So I always worry about that kind of stuff with him. But he's an exciting fighter for sure. He definitely brings the energy.
Yeah, I feel like I rate them pretty evenly, but I just feel like he has a lot more momentum going right now on his side. Like he's on a 3 fight win streak, like, and I do rate Chase Hooper like these like I totally thought that Chase Hooper was gonna whoop his ass in there, and like, so I have to like, I think that it's like recency bias for me, but like, Definitely, like I think he's riding some good momentum, and like this fight is not that long after his last fight, so he has like more. He's more fresh in there. Like I just think that that might just carry him over the top.
It's definitely a pick 'em. It's definitely a pick.
That's that's.
What about you guys? Anything else on this card sticks out?
Suarez Lamo.
Suarez Lemos, that's
Yeah,
why is that so fucking far down? Like
buried on the
what
undercard.
is the disrespect, bro?
What is this, number 2 versus 4? Wow,
Yeah.
buried.
It's not even on the main card. Like, come on, bro. Eat my day, bro. Like, what the fuck?
As much as I shit talk Suarez, I gotta take her in this one.
Yeah, let's be for real. Like Suarez took Wei Lee down, even though in the end she got dominated. Like, and remember what Wei Lee did to Lemos? I just feel like Suarez is gonna pick her up, slam her down, and that's gonna be the whole fight. If it does stay on the V though, I do think Lemos maybe could pop her, but I don't know. She took some decent shots from Wei Lee and she hung in there for sure.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just yeah, I just kind of expect Suarez to take her down the whole time, low key.
I was gonna say with her grappling deficiency, bro. Like, I just feel like, and Suarez being who Suarez is, and I think she'll be motivated. I think that she's a fucking competitor, bro. I don't think that she's the kind of fighter that just like, especially with Wei Lee out of the division, bro. It's like she could really make a push right
Yeah,
now.
wow, I just realized that.
And I feel like, especially whenever you like get a champion that like leaves the division, all the people that that champion have beat, like, and granted, like Whaley whooped her ass, kind of. So it's like she had her moments, but like like whenever I feel like a champion like wins against a challenger in a way that like shows them level, think like Volk Max 3 or think like Volk Ortega. Like whenever it's like okay, it's very clear like there's a gap. Um I think that a lot of the times that can like sap a fighter's motivations to like get to the top, you know?
Yeah.
But I think that whenever there's a
Oh, hello.
There you go.
You're good. You're good now.
Okay, bet. I was gonna say you've seen it with Dustin Poirier a million times. Like on three different occasions, like this man has gone on fucking runs because there's a new champ. Like Khabib, you lose to Khabib, it's like fuck. But then okay, now it's Charles. Like I could maybe beat Charles, and then you lose to Charles. But then it's like oh shit, but it's Islam. Like it's a different champ. Like I have a chance. Like let me go on a little run. You know what I mean? I think that like it invigorates former title challengers, and I think that Suarez already should beat Lemos' ass, and I think that she'll be motivated because very clearly now, like the title is within her grasp.
Okay. While we're on strawweight, we might as well talk about it. There obviously is already a title fight for that vacant belt, but just looking at the rankings, is there anyone that like, this girl's gonna get the title for sure? Is there anyone now that Whaley's gone, you're like, she could definitely get a belt here? And it could be one of the two girls if you think they'll be impressive between Jandaroba and Dern. If you think they're gonna reign for a while.
I think Suarez would be the favorite. I mean, Jandaroba. The thing about that matchup is Dern did beat her when they fought the first time. And I do kind of rate Dern's wrestling and grappling at least. So I think she actually low key has a shot because that's kind of all Jandaroba does.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah, I just need to see where their two levels are at. But I think Suarez would be the favorite. Just looking down, I think Loopy is a good contender though. If we're just talking about like youth, I think she's like the most promising contender down here. I don't really see anyone else. I'm like, nah, that's about it.
Okay. What about you, Alex?
Let me look around one more time.
Yan Shanan's okay, but I don't know if she got the wrestling in the bag.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think. Yeah, it's not looking good.
So, sorry, fair enough. What else on Noche, guys? What else is talking to us here? Um,
Dumas is gonna be hungry to win because he posted on Twitter or whatever that he has $13 in his bank account,
he could do some crazy shit.
and that is because of legal fees.
Did he get like in legal? Did he get like in jail or something recently?
Yeah, I forget what it
I
was.
forgot what it was for. I think something I forgot actually, but the tough finale is also on this one, the 171. So that's exciting opening the card, but I know
Yeah.
most people aren't in the tough.
Oh, that fight. Ooh, I kind of want Danchenko to win because I think he's the more like he's like a very violent striker, and he's the younger guy of the two.
Definitely, yeah.
I do have a feeling Rodrigo might win this.
Like just wrestle fucking boringly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even though he's the dog, like I think he's the most complete fighter of the two and of the that whole season overall. But I can see Donchenko like knocking him out maybe.
I'm gonna lean Tachenko, but I totally can see the vision of him getting like just sat on for 3 rounds. I could see that.
So I could see that one going either way. Both team DC. DC, by the way, didn't fully clean house, you know.
You
Uh,
fuck Chael up though.
well, Chael's boy won the finale versus Alibi.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That was his one guy he had.
Sure.
So they'll split. They'll split. But I guess I'm somewhat pumped about that. Rest of his card stinks, so well,
All right, guys. Anything else you guys want to touch on for UFC Noche?
Um,
Like we
I
got some cool fights on here.
I give this a D plus card.
I'll,
Actually, C minus. The main saves it, but
the main is carrying so hard, bro.
It's disgusting.
Alexandro Costa getting back in there. I mean, he's coming off a win over Kevin Borjas, knocked him out. So it's like Borjas decent to me. So I mean, before that, he came in, fought fucking. I mean, he fought Urseg, so that's kind of a understandable loss. So I mean, like, of the people on this card, like, he is one of the more people that like. I mean, based on the odds, he should steamroll this guy, but I don't know who his opponent is, but I'm excited to see him in there at least. Like, so, but there's really not much in terms of name recognition for this card, bro, at all.
For sure.
at least hey,
I feel like a super casual on this card, and like I never feel this way. I'm like, who are half of these people?
I know some of them, but like they're just not worth.
It's weird. It's weird matchups. Like, yeah, it's like a bunch of like fights that mean nothing. Is my point.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, the co-main. I
You
mean, I guess it
might
was
know,
Rosas Jr., but
might like know one person in all the fights or whatever, but it's like, do I really care? Is the point? There's nothing really worth talking about. Like, I don't even care who wins these fights. Hopefully, there's a bunch of scraps. Like, I hope that maybe that's what like the UFC's banking on, a bunch of finishes and like you know Latin-based fighters getting dubs, but I don't know.
Shout out Elise Pay. Bad. So I'll be rooting for her.
hell yeah. All right, guys. So let's move on to honestly one of the biggest boxing matches in our lifetime, at least. Canelo versus Crawford. First fight with Zuffa Boxing, I believe, which is Dana White's thing, the UFC and Turkey Al Sheikh. Okay, you guys know the deal. Boxing, UFC are kind of together now. At least some of the organizations in boxing. And it's the first combat sport event at Allegiant Stadium, which is where the Raiders play. So it's a pretty big deal. But who do you guys got in the fight? That's the big question.
Let me fucking start. I mean, I think that we're gonna probably all agree if we're all smart. I hope you guys are smart, but you know how I'm rocking, man. Bud Crawford, man. I just think that his time is now, bro. I think he's the more primed fighter. I think he's older, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a year older.
Yeah, he's a little older, but like he doesn't show it in there. Meanwhile, I think that the miles are starting to kind of catch up on Canelo a little bit. When he wins, it doesn't look as dominant. Meanwhile, like Bud's at the top of his game, just fucked up Spence. Put everyone on notice, and I don't think that a couple of pounds are gonna make up the talent disparity that I'm seeing currently. So I think Bud's gonna whoop his ass. I don't think that it's gonna like be 100% one-sided at first. I maybe early I think they might be on some trading round shit through like maybe four, might be 2-2 going into the fifth, and I think that like I just see a lot more output from Bud. I see a lot better skills, a lot faster hands, and I think that that output, I don't see him getting finished necessarily, especially Canelo hasn't been really finishing anyone quality recently, so I just see him starting to take over more and more as the fight goes on. And while he might not finish him because he's a big fuck, I think that it'll be a clear unanimous decision.
I got Terrence Crawford, who I believe has been the best boxer for the last 5 years, basically. I mean, I think he's been the best for a long time now. And I'll be honest, man, off what I've seen off Canelo as of late and the comp he's fighting, I think he might get smacked out there after like 2 rounds, to be honest.
Oh shit!
What the fuck?
Damn,
That's
Like,
controversial. That's a controversial take,
that's
and
great.
what's he on, bro?
That's
I,
crazy.
I'll be honest, man. I think Terrence Crawford gonna go out. My thing is, I think Errol Spence is a very good boxer, like pound for pound up there, and he beat that man to a pulp. It was not close. He showed levels, and Canelo's great, but as good as he is, he has slowed down. I just don't. I agree with you, X. I don't think he's in his prime. And if you're not in your prime, this man Terrence Crawford, he will make you pay. And I just feel like he's the more skilled boxer. He might even smack harder, even though he's the lower weight class guy. I think he might smack harder, and he's going to be faster out there, in my opinion. And man, that Errol Spence fight really got me just 100% confident in this one. From what I've seen off Canelo as of recently, so, and I'll be honest, if my boy Money Floyd Mayweather could easily beat Canelo, then Terrence Crawford, we're on a walk right now. This is a walk for us.
Damn.
That's crazy work.
Eh,
That's a completely different man that Floyd fought, Clark, but I feel you.
He was younger though. He was younger.
I also have Crawford, but let me just give a case for Canelo. He is the bigger man. He is the more active man. Like I said, Terrence Crawford is a year older. I don't love Terrence Crawford's activity also over the last couple of years, but whenever he shows up, he's really good. I'm going with Crawford here. He's the undefeated fighter. There's just something with Crawford, man. He's super competitive in everything he does. Every interview I see with his teammates and stuff like that. Crawford is the ultimate competitor. He still has his O. Also, I just think he's super violent, man. And I have not loved what I've seen from Canelo recently. How are you not finishing Berlanga, Skull? These guys look pathetic out there, respectfully. And Canelo is looked at as this like pound for pound god, and I'm just not seeing it. Even though he's amazing, I think Crawford is the better fighter right now. And Canelo's out of his prime. Crawford gets a crazy upset. Crazy upset. I don't know how he gets it done, but I think he beats him by decision. I think knocking out Canelo would be fucking insane. That'd be one of the most insane things to ever happen. Canelo getting knocked out.
I feel like you gave all reasons of why my point is right. Crawford gonna whoop his ass. Like you proved the point. I think he's gonna go out there and starch this man low key.
Do you think he finishes Canelo?
Yes,
Okay, wow.
late though. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be early, but
I don't hate the take. I'm just that's crazy.
Round
This
round
is round three. You said he might
round
smack him out round three a second
No,
ago.
I said like after that point,
Okay,
you
okay,
could,
okay,
like
okay.
I think it'll be competitive a little early, but I think it'll be like more Terrence's, getting ready. Like the
Yeah.
more we move, let's go. And I don't think Canelo's gonna be able to hang in those later rounds. I would say like round 10, around that area.
That is the over under round 10.5.
I'll go the under right there in that round.
But yeah, super cool to see like a big boxing match. What do you guys think this means in terms of like the business side of things? Dana's promoting this. This is his first like boxing thing. It's a huge fight. What do you think like the UFC boxing? What do you think the future of those two together are?
I think it's wonderful. One thing you could say a lot of complaints and shit about the UFC. The one thing that they always try to do is at least when fighters are stars, at least like granted, like a fighter does some fighters definitely do get like favorable matchups early. Um, like they do know how to like build a person up kind of slowly and give them a chance to rise. Granted, like you can't give people as like in boxing, you can serve up a lot more cans. In MMA, even like people that like you might think are not as talented will whoop your ass if you let them. So I will say, and you it's kind of a little bit harder to like finesse prospects into winning fights and shit. Like if a veteran is like, Peyton Talbot versus Raoni Barcelos type shit. Like, you think that the UFC wanted fucking Peyton Talbot to take a loss? Fuck no. But like, you can't do anything if the vet is just whooping his ass, or like holding him down or whatever, however you want to say it, but beating him very handily. I think in boxing you can kind of like I've seen some robberies like they happen all the time, but in boxing sometimes it's fucking egregious.
Yeah,
But I will say like. I think that the UFC, Dana White, the one thing I can say is like they tend to when stars are stars, like they tend to put on the biggest fights for the people. Um, whether that's letting champions go up and cross division, whether that's, you know, having two stars go head to head, like they like to build fighters up and then when they're big, actually make them fight each other. Whereas boxing, it's all about building your fighter up just to kind of collect paychecks and like fight all the scrubs you can almost. So I think that like that mentality difference should like make plus like all this Saudi money, baby. Like, hey, it can make anything happen. We're in an era where like, hey man, we can actually see the best fighters fighting each other, and I think that that will save boxing. It's
that oil money.
that oil money different, bro.
I like that. I like that breakdown,
That man's like, hey man, what do you need to get in the fucking ring? What do you need? Okay, it's done. It is done. Like,
dude.
this is the day, right? All right, cool. We're out of here. We're on the jet. Fire up the gas up the jet, man. We're going to the Turks, bro. Fuck it. Like, I swear.
Yeah, I saw a video earlier today. Canelo was in a watch shop. He's like, "Oh, it's 1,500,000, 700. I'm just buying all these." Maybe Canelo's not as focused, bro. Maybe he's buying watches and shit.
I'm telling y'all, man, it's gonna get smacked. Like everything is pointing to it. Everything.
I can't help but agree.
I'll show you guys this photo. Oh, dude. This is the photo that's been going around social media of Terrence Crawford recently.
Yeah, SG.
He looks fucking crazy, I can't
He
lie.
looks big and healthy, bro.
He looks very big. He is coming up in weight class, so
And someone test these fuckers. I think that the weight cut was already kind of like beating his ass. I mean, he's already 37. Like, the older you get, those weight cuts just get harder. I think that, like, we might even see a better version of him, like, a little healthier, bro. So it's like, fuck, bro. Fuck. And he
wow.
already usually has a speed advantage. He already usually has a speed advantage on most people. Like, he's definitely gonna have a bigger even speed advantage on fucking Canelo's big ass. Like, so I can see this getting real wicked, to be honest. Like
Nice.
Canelo will bleed. I can almost like if that's a prop for the parlay, I'm putting it on there.
A lot of crazy shit can happen, man. A lot of crazy shit. But yeah, this is a super sick, huge event. Super exciting. Shout out UFC Noche also. That's also gonna be a super fun card. Hopefully, I mean the main event's gonna be fire.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Facts.
let us know your guys' predictions in the comments. Please go check out the TikTok. We got plenty of stuff on there, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.
Mm.